Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about government is trying to depopulate certain people. And the reason why I'm saying this is because they want to depopulate the masses, but they also wants to depopulate people of God. Okay. People they can't control, people they be under their submission of Lucifer. Okay. So I'm going to show you that when it comes to cancer, okay. Now I told y'all my mama had cancer, but like I said, I've solved it with the Chinese herbs, right? There's gonna be another herb that I must mention to you that heals hematuria, okay, hematuria. So I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But what I'm going to show you though is I'm going to show you videos of this depopulation from Area 51. So let me see.
Line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
Okay, so as you can see, he's trying to say that these are not aliens but demons, extraterrestrial beings. He's trying to say they're demons, and he's trying to say that they want to depopulate the masses, especially the ones they can't control. Okay, of course they don't like chosen people of God. What demon does, but they do want to get rid of people. Okay, demons like to depopulate. They all about death and they not about life. Okay, now the reason why I'm showing you this video is because this is important to what I'm about to explain to you. Hospitals. Okay, let me look this up right quick because I want to show you this. Okay, I don't want y'all to put y'all full trust in hospitals these days. Okay, put your full trust in God. All right. So I'm going to put Satanic Temple, Red Cross. I'll show you that right quick before I go any further. The Satanic Temple, they own the blood drive. They own Red Cross, American Red Cross. So I want y'all to see that really well. They pledge to give blood, and they all about bleeding for Satan. Okay, they're all about for Satan. See, hell you. So they all about being for Satan, Satanic Temple. Okay, Satanic Temple blood donor. So if Satanists, okay, I'm just going to be honest up front with you guys. If Satanists own, which they do, they got a Facebook on there too. I'll put Satanic Temple Red Cross Facebook. You'll get it. I might put that in the description box below. But they got a Facebook. And if they own Red Cross, which they do, then these hospitals are not safe. Okay, there's going to be a lot of misguidance to depopulate the masses within the hospitals. So I'm going to go to my next clip.
Of cancer.
7-year-old's death caused by chemo and radiation. Now watch what this guy explained.
My name is Sergeant Rick Schiff. I'm an 11-year veteran of the San Francisco Police Department. I hold the department's highest Medal of Honor for bravery. That used to mean a lot more to me than it does now. What I'd like to talk to you about today is my now 7-year-old daughter. This is an identical twin. Her sister is now dead. Her sister, when she was 4 years old, Kristen, developed a highly malignant brain tumor that had spread throughout her spine and her brain. The doctors told us that we had really two options: take her home, let her die, or bring her in for massive dosages of chemo and radiation simultaneously. In either event, she was going to die. They were quite certain of that, and very quickly. Believing her only chance to be the standard route, we gave her the chemo and radiation. It burned her skull so bad she had second-degree burns and her hair never came back. To change her diapers, we had to wear rubber gloves because her urine was so toxic and it burned her. At the end of 6 months, miraculously, she survived the standard treatment, although there was a high expectation she wouldn't. She still had cancer. We were told, sorry, we've done everything we can. Now she's going to die, probably within a couple of months. My wife and I, choosing not to accept that, started reading. The first book I picked up, the third chapter, discussed Dr. Brzezinski. As you may guess, I have some expertise in fraud. In fact, I'm quite certain there are enough attorneys in the room that I could be vordeered as an expert in fraud. And I conducted my own investigation. I have no doubt the man is not a fraud. I have no doubt that he does what he does out of earnest belief that his medicine works. And now you're in a position to judge for yourselves whether it works or not. But it's well established by the FDA that it's non-toxic. 18 months later, we took my daughter off the anti-neoplastin. She had not died. She had no signs of tumor. She remained free for 18 months of cancer. Within a month, the cancer was widespread in her brain. We put her back on Brzezinski's. By the way, at the objections of our doctors, for some reason felt that it had failed her. We put her back on. Within 9 weeks, the tumor was completely gone. She died last July of neurological necrosis. Her brain fell apart from the radiation. The autopsy showed that she was completely cancer-free. Out of 52 cases of that disease ever, no one died cancer-free, just Chrissy. So she didn't die of a terminal illness. She died of my inability to care for her properly, and she died from bad advice. She died because there's a government institution that disseminates false information and is not looking out for the welfare of the people. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I swore an oath 11 years ago, and I think most of us in this room swore at one time or another to uphold the Constitution. It says life right in the beginning.
So, a 7-year-old death caused by chemo and radiation. Cancer can be healed naturally. Now, what I told y'all about the herbs, right? My mama had cancer, but guess what? She's not peeing blood. There's 3 things I'm giving her, right? I'm giving her Demon Noose, which is also a supplement that cleans the UTI. I know some people heard of that already. I showed you about the astrologus herb, which is an immune booster that also fights cancer, along with another herb I'm going to show you. It's going to be called Rhizoma imperator. Okay? I'm going to show you that in a minute. But this herb does heal hematuria. You take this herb and it's supposed to cool down inside to heal hematuria. Now, I graduated as a medical assistant. Okay? I seen the ins and outs of hospitals and the actual malpractice in it. One that I was and I was doing my clinicals there. And he didn't want to give the herbs. He just wanted to give people steroid shot. Okay, he didn't want to give nobody antibiotics nor herbs. I questioned him on it. Of course, he got mad at me because I questioned him on it. He never liked me in working in there because I questioned him on it. So I'm letting you guys see, as a woman that graduated as a medical assistant with honors and know the ins and outs about malpractice, a lot of these people are not for your own good, especially if they're cult members. The reason why I showed you Red Cross, because Satanic Temple is owned by Satanic Temple owned Red Cross. So if they own Red Cross and these are cult members, satanic cult members and demons in the flesh, well, they're not going to be for your well-being, and they're not going to give you the advice that you need like God can. Now, God, Jesus Christ, if you read the King James, which in a minute, I'm going to show you that too, the herbs is your life. I'm going to show you also how the Chinese traditional herbal medicine prolong cancer. Okay? I'm doing this for you guys' help, because they ain't going to tell you, because they want to depopulate. But as a woman of God, I'm going to show you. Okay? So, I'm going to show you some more. Now, this guy stated this in February 29, 1996 at a congressional subcommittee hearing. The government know all about this. Do they give these people these herbs that they say these people supposed to be getting? No. They tell them to get chemo and radiation immune therapy pill just right off the bat. They don't, and they tell you to get surgery. They don't even tell you to treat yourself with these herbs. They don't even tell you. But if you don't look this mess up, you won't know. You'll be dying for the lack of knowledge. And that's the reason why I'm on here. Because I want y'all to have some common sense. I want y'all to get equipped with the Lord Jesus Christ like you're supposed to and learn it. Because Jesus Christ is our life. If you want to live and save your family members and save your friends, Jesus Christ gave us the knowledge to live by. He told us what to eat. He told us not to eat unclean things. And herb is our life. He told us all that. But if people are going to keep denying his word, then you will die of the lack of knowledge. Listen to them nutcases. Okay? Them government. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you another video about it. This is another girl. Another lady. Cancer sucks. Chemo killed my son. Okay? So, her son was killed by chemotherapy. Now, if I go into the comments here, there was one person. Let me see if I can. This one says, so sorry for your loss. I found you by searching chemo kills because I lost my sis and know it was the treatments. See? What's another one? Somebody say about the toxicity, which I totally agree. Now, if you look up chemotherapy, and I want y'all to look up chemotherapy, immune therapy, and kidney transplant side effects. Once you do that, you will see all that they tell you is a risk to it. I feel chemo kills faster. They make it seem like it's a cure, but she was just miserable. And the last few days she was here, and I wish she never did it. Sure does. Okay. Okay. Chemotoxicity. I don't know how it happens. They stressed how common this leukemia was and told me she would be fine. Prayers. It's the worst feeling in the world. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you her video in the description box below because I want to continue to show you other things too. But that's another video talking about how chemo killed her son. The other one was killed his daughter. Let's see the other one. Let's go to this one.
It was my first day.
Look at this man struggling. He shouldn't be struggling like that. Okay? He shouldn't be struggling like this, you guys. They made him worse. Okay? It says here on Friday, let me pause that. That is so sad. On Friday, March 22nd, the doctors told us there was nothing more that could be done, of course. Of course. For my husband, who was fighting stage 4 synovial sarcoma, this was his final goodbye to our family. Now, There's no reason for him to be in that hospital like that. Okay. Let's go to the next one.
So, today was my first day back to work after 2 months.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to the next. To the next video. Here we go. See how they did him? It's his malpractice. Gerald's suffering will not be in vain. His story was recently posted in People magazine. The world will know his story. The second clip was his first day in hospice, 2 days before he passed. He was coughing up massive chunks of what the nurses call parts of tumors in his lungs. There were hard, bloody masses that would get stuck in his throat. I had to help suction them out sometimes. Looking back on what we endured, I now know why I've been breaking the way I am now. I watched a lot of suffering all while pretending everything was okay. This is sad. Okay. So he's in the hospital like that. They didn't tell him nothing about these herbs I'm about to tell you. Look, listen to me. This is how this makes me mad. This makes me angry. Because they are really out here trying to depopulate. They are really out here trying to depopulate. They know that chemo radiation kills. What you think? Who they think they bombed Hiroshima in Japan with radiation? Duh, right? Let's go to that, right? We're going to go to that. Hiroshima. Before I get to the next one. Radiation bombing. So it was a bombing of that city. Nuclear weapon. Right? So I'm going to put radiation behind it. Radiation. Hiroshima bomb released immediate lethal radiation for radioactive contamination quickly dispersed, making the city habitable again. Okay, so habitable again days or weeks. While initial radiation levels drop dramatically, long-term effects persist for survivors who are at increased risk of cancers. Okay, so this here, radiation sickness. Increased cancer rates. Okay. Increased cancer rates. Survivors known as has experienced higher incidence of various cancers, including leukemia, solid tumors over lifetime. So, that radiation they use increased the cancer rates. Do y'all not see this? Okay. Rapid decay, long-term contamination. So Hiroshima, let's go back up. Hiroshima bomb released immediate lethal radiation. So if they use radiation to bomb, Hiroshima to kill a lot of those people in Hiroshima in Japan, why would you use common sense, right? Why would you use the same thing to treat cancer? Oh, I know. You want to depopulate. Hey, that's the reason why I showed you that clip with that guy saying. What they doing is, and y'all have to agree on it. You do. You have to agree what they tell you. Misleading, just like that guy say in the hearing. You have to agree on what they tell you as far as believing in their lie. So if they say, oh, you need chemo to treat your cancer, and you go take it, it is killing you. Okay? I'm letting you know that now. It's not treating you. It is killing you. Okay, so let me go here. Let's see. It's another video. Is this the one?
Oh boy, you guys, you're going to want to hear this story. This is Dr. Anil Kapoor, and he was a urologist in Canada. And unfortunately, in January of 2023, he was diagnosed with metastatic colorectal cancer. He received a chemotherapy agent known as 5FU, which is a common treatment that's used for colorectal cancer. But unfortunately, he developed severe levels of nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, as well as swelling in the mouth.
You see that?
He died 3 weeks later.
Now, I'm going to leave him in the description box below. DBT deficiency.
Enzyme DPD that breaks down this chemotherapy agent, but some patients have a genetic variant where there is a deficiency in this enzyme and you are more susceptible to side effects from 5FU. Now, Dr. Anil Kapoor was tested for this particular deficiency and was normal, but later on it was found he had a different variant of the DPD deficiency. But the interesting thing is that one of the common guidelines that we use in the US, the NCCN guidelines, do not recommend testing for DPD deficiency. In addition, the FDA does not require this testing prior to chemotherapy, but the European Medical Agency does, as well as Canada. Very important to have.
Okay. They just don't want to say that this chemo radiation kills. Okay. Now, that's what they trying to say. They need testing before you go to chemo. No. We already know radiation kills. You see, they did Hiroshima, right? Now, why would they use the same tactic on you? Depopulation. Okay? And you see that the Satanic Temple owns Red Cross. So they mean that they own the hospitals. You have cult members owning the hospitals. This is very, very dangerous. You know how dangerous this is? They already got the churches. You got Satanic members being your pastors. Now think about them being your doctors. Yeah, I'm just going to tell it. Okay? Now, you see that chemo killed that doctor. All right? Now it's another video. Let me see, is this one? No, not that one. The one that was describing about the guy that was in that hospital bed. That was her husband. Okay? Now watch what she says for a few minutes before I explain any further.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what happened to Jarrell and answer some questions that a lot of people have. First of all, my husband died last weekend from cancer. He was 38 years old. 38. We have 3 kids, and we were together for 18 years. So my family suffered a great loss last weekend, and still trying to process all of that. So it took me some time to make this video because I don't know if I'll even be able to get through it without crying, but we'll try. So what happened to him? He, in January of last year, fell down the stairs and injured his left leg. And when that happened, we went to the emergency room and they told us that he had a left ACL tear and that he needed to see a specialist. So we went to the specialist and the specialist said no. So we went to a specialist and the specialist said no, there's no tear. It's just a hematoma, which is a pool of blood. And you just need to do physical therapy and it'll resolve itself. So he did physical therapy.
Yo, okay. Physical therapy. As a medical assistant, physical therapy is supposed to strengthen the muscles in your legs, not to heal a hemorrhaging. Hemoterror is hemorrhaging. That's blood hemorrhaging within your body. Okay? So you need something to take to stop the hemorrhaging. Okay? So if it's something hemorrhaging inside you, like an organ, that needs to be healed within inside. Okay? So that's malpractice right there. Let's continue.
Long story short, for 6 months, he did physical therapy, and he kept telling the doctor, like, something's wrong, like, it's not working, it's actually getting worse, and his knee was getting huge, like, the size of a small watermelon at the end, and I'm not exaggerating, it was massive. And so, Jarrell insisted that the specialist said, like, our, last thing that we can try is surgery, but I suggest, like, waiting, like, that should be a last resort. And so Jarrell kind of got there and was like, I want to do the surgery. So he said, okay, let's do an MRI. So on September 26th, he did an MRI, and nobody ever called us with the results. A couple weeks later, he went to the hospital with severe shortness of breath. And after several days of testing and, putting puzzle pieces together, we found out that he had synovial sarcoma, which is a soft tissue sarcoma. It's a soft tissue sarcoma, and it started in his knee. And so by the time we had diagnosed it properly, it was never a hematoma, it was a tumor. So by the time we had diagnosed it properly in October,
Now, tumors can cause bleeding now. My mom will have a tumor on her kidney. If you look up tumors, cancers, it can cause hematuria, okay? It can cause that. But physical therapy is not going to heal that. Okay? You have to take something to heal that, okay? You have to take something inside to heal hematuria, okay? But let's continue.
It was stage 4 and terminal. It had spread to his lungs so badly in his lungs that they couldn't count the masses. It spread to his lymph nodes, and they found evidence of it in his bones. We began treatment immediately, and they told us that his prognosis was like 8 to 18 months at that time, and he ended up living 5 months. But
okay,
he always believed that he had, he always believed that there was hope, that it could be cured, and I really protected him from really knowing what his prognosis was, because Joel was somebody who, more so than anybody I've ever met, was really scared of death. And so I didn't want him, the whole time that he's left living, to just be thinking about the fact that he's going to die. So he never knew that up until his last few days, and I had to tell him that they were going to stop treatment and there was nothing further that they could do. The cancer the whole time behaved very abnormally, not in a way that this cancer typically behaves. Like, it very rarely goes to the brain, and it went to his brain.
Okay. Malpractice. That's malpractice all the way. Not telling these people the darn truth on how to treat them. Okay. I told you my LPN nurse teacher who taught us, she said that's all she saw was malpractice. She was in an LPN nurse for 30-something years. So I'm going to leave that in the description box below. But I'm going to show you the herb that heals hematuria right quick. Let me see about this video.
Can you please break down and drop the...
Okay, before I'm going to do that first. And then I'm going to show you some other things too. With a herb. Okay, this herb here. Is this the one? Let me see. Okay. I'm going to just put Chinese traditional medicine first. Now, traditional Chinese medicine as cancer treatment. This is in NIH, National Institute of Health, can possibly perform an important role by reducing the adverse effects brought by chemotherapy. Has been proven to prevent tumor recurrence and metastasis in post-operative cancer patients, prolonged disease, prevention and treatment of cancer. Okay. Now you got to know what herbs to get now. Okay. And they got to be the direct herbs from China. I mean it. Reduces side effects, prolonging life, right? Enhances conventional therapies, inhibits tumor growth, boosts immune function, improves quality of life. Chinese herbs are good, you guys. My mama had hematuria. Let me tell you one thing. Let me get that herb right quick. Okay. Rhizoma. I'll put let me see if I sent it. I thought I sent it. Yeah, let's go back up. Traditional. As blood pressure is continuous. Put this for you all. Okay, right here. Right here. This is the herb. Rhizoma imperative. Used in traditional Chinese medicine to help treat kidney disease due to its anti-inflammatory anti-fibrotic, and diuretic properties. Now, this thing can stop hematuria. It can stop the hemorrhaging in blood within your body. My mama was hemorrhaging in her urine. This thing suppresses it. Okay? It reduces inflammation, combats fibrosis, improves kidney function, inhibits cells damage, supports detoxification. Okay? So this thing is good. I'm going to put that in the description box below. See, they got it in National Institute of Health. So I'm letting y'all see this is the stuff my mama is using. Okay? She said, my mama's so surprised. She said, oh, my piss is so clear. My urine is so clear. I'm shocked. I say, well, yeah, I'm giving you the herbs that you need. Using traditional medicine to treat hematuria due to its blood cooling and hemostatic properties. Okay? So this thing helps. Kidney health, right? Anti-inflammatory action, right? So it can heal hematuria, right? So look up the herbs, you guys, the Chinese herbs that heals. You will see it does work, right? But they're not going to tell you that in these doctor's offices. I'm going to let y'all know that now. These people are not working for your good health. They're doing a lot of malpractice within it. Now, get this. I'm going to go up here. This is another thing you need to know.
Guys, you're going to want to hear this story. This is
Hold on, I'm trying to get to the video. This video, let me see if this one is it.
Hi, everybody.
No, that's not the one. Okay, I'm going to go to this right quick. Blood pressure. Here we go. Blood pressure pills recalled over potential cancer risk. Okay. So I remember they recalled these blood pressure pills. I told my mama not to take it long time ago. I said, Mom, I think they're giving you some. Before they even recalled them, I told her not to take it and do blood pressure Chinese medicine, Chinese tea. And that helps her so much better. So you can see these been recalled, but they still prescribe them though. Okay, I'm gonna leave that in the description box below so you can see the recallment that they cause cancer, may increase the risk of cancer. Okay, blood pressure medication. Another thing that can increase that they're giving you is chicken. Yeah, let me see if I can find that video. Let me see if this is the one.
Hi, everybody.
Keep going to this one. That's a video. Was it this one?
Oh boy, you guys.
I just had it. Let me see if I can go back. Which one is it? Okay, I'm going to go into my TikTok here. Let me go here. See if I can get to the next video.
I want to hear this.
Can you please break down and drop the science about the chicken? My peoples need to hear this, fam. They need to hear this because I saw that thing you put up on your Instagram, and I was like, that blew my wig all the way back. So could you take the time out to explain to my audience about why?
So the chicken is not a hybrid. The chicken is GMO. The chicken was actually created by splicing genes and introduced.
It's a lab animal. It's a lab animal, you guys. It's not a real bird from the Lord. So this is, they made this out of a lab. Now remember in Area 51, military guys that they have animals down on the ground. And I said to myself, it got to be lab animals because they can't be raising a healthy animal underground. This is just proves my point, right? So gene splicing. They're using gene splicing. Now I was good in science, so I know about all this. Gene splicing. Taking a certain DNA from another animal and splicing that, okay? Y'all, that is very evil what they're doing. Putting cancer giving you the cancer. I'm going to say it like that. So you can eat it. Let's continue.
Certain type of DNA into what you would call a red-winged jungle fowl and a black gray-winged jungle fowl from Africa. That's where you get chickens from. Chickens are not real. And because they were actually created in a laboratory per se, I'm going to say that the reason why, because they did gene splicing to them. they're acidic to the body. They create a whole lot of uric acid. And also when you cook them, they turn into heterocyclic amines. Heterocyclic amines is very malignant forming to the cells, meaning it causes cancerous cells. And then the smell from it comes from something called hydroaromatic hydrocarbons. And these hydroaromatic hydrocarbons is bad. It causes throat cancer. Chickens are just bad, and their eggs are bad too. And then plus it's a meat. So they'll tell you that chickens come from the dinosaurs were their ancestors. And that's a complete lie, because when you look at the genealogy of the chicken, especially with the Rothschilds and the DuPonts at the Rothschilds.
What I told you about them bloodlines, right? Rothschilds and DuPonts. Hey, they wicked as hell. They Satanists. They all for death. All to depopulate. So what are they doing? They putting out stuff on the market for you to eat so you can die. Basically, let's continue.
Museum in Jerusalem in New York said about the chicken, they actually give you the history on where they come from. So, chickens are not new. Now, you see things about hens in the Bible and certain other literature, but they're actually talking about gray-winged fowls and red-winged fowls. That's what they was calling hens and chick hens back then. This new chicken that we talking about is totally false, and it's not only a hybrid, but it's GMO, and it's causing a lot of sicknesses, and it's one of the number one cancerous causing artificial meats in the world, y'all. Chicken causes cancer. And if
okay. Now, I just got you showing you the blood pressure pills that they recall causes cancer. Now, you can also look up about the chicken, because I looked up about the chicken too. It does, what he said is true, okay? There's two, what he said about those things in the chicken that causing the cancer, okay? And it's causing a lot of people to get that. What the government is not telling you is that they're not going to tell you not to eat the chicken. They're going to tell you it's an organic chicken. Woo! It's called the placebo effect. I know y'all heard that in psychology. Make them believe in something they think they're getting healed, but yet they dying. I know y'all heard about that, right? They give you a water pill, make you think you're getting healed, and you're not really, right? Well, they are doing this method where they let's tell them this is healthy for them. Then they will believe it. Then you go buy it. You don't even know where you got this cancer from. Now, I'm going to show you these herbs right here. Right? All this time you eating on junk they giving you because they're trying to depopulate. The government is really literally trying to do that. You see the herbs? See, God tell us to eat it. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. Better is dinner with herbs. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree, and which is the fruit of a tree, yielding seed to you shall be for meat. So every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb I have given you all things. So the 14th day of the second month, and even there they shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread, bitter herbs. So God, Jesus Christ, King James Bible, like I said, the truth, telling us to eat the herbs. And I just got through showing you that in the NIH, the National Institute of, let's go back. The National Institute of Health tell you the traditional Chinese medicine is a cancer treatment. Got to know which one you got. First, you got to know what type of cancer you have. What type of diagnosis you got before you know what type of herbs to take. Okay? So, people, I want y'all to serve this word here. Know that the herbs are better. My mama is healed by these herbs. Her urine is so clear because she's taking the Chinese herbs. She is thanking me for that, but I'm going to just say it's the Lord, because if it wasn't the Lord for showing me, she would not be alive right now. Okay? So people, I want you to serve this word. Jesus Christ is our life because he tells us what to eat, what to not eat, and tell us what to do and live in order to live in the land that God has given to us. Do not listen to cult members. People, serve this word here. Jesus Christ is God.